Hey you guys, today I'm making a lazy mom's chicken biryani. I call it lazy mom's because it's not an authentic biryani. It is boneless chicken and cooks quickly. I'm using long grain basmati rice and it is a perfect weeknight dinner. So let's start cooking. So I've got a large pot on the stove. I did parboil my potatoes. This is 2 large potatoes and I just put some saffron in there. I did season that with some salt and then we got some thyme. We're going to lightly fry this and allow it to brown, and then we're ready to start cooking the biryani. Just waiting for this oil to heat up. I used 1 cup of sunflower cooking oil, and when that's hot, we're just going to fry the potatoes. So our oil is now hot. Just going to add the potatoes. And I'm going to fry this for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to remove our potatoes and we're going to cook in the same pan. Just going to keep this aside. So first we're going to add our dry spices. I'm using fresh bay leaves from the garden, some ilachi pods, some jeera and some cinnamon stick. All that's going in. I'm going to splatter, so just be careful. Just going to let that release the aromas. And here we have some curry leaf, some mint, some thyme, 1 large green pepper all from the garden, large onion sliced, and a teaspoon of freshly ground ginger and garlic. So we're going to add all this in. So we also got 2 small green chilies, and that splattering is because I rinsed all the herbs in water. Also going to add the freshly ground ginger and garlic, and we're going to give this a mix. I'm just going to let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onions is cooked, and then we're ready to add the next ingredients. So our onions is now cooked. I'm going in with my dry spices. We're keeping it very mild today. We have some crybabies. So it's just some paprika, some chili powder, some chili flakes, and some turmeric. I'm just going to give this a mix and let those spices to cook in. You just need a few seconds for the spices to cook. So I'm adding about 50 grams of tomato paste. And then 2 large tomatoes grated. Just going to give this a mix and allow all these flavors to blend. So while this is cooking, I'm just going to get my chicken ready. So now we're ready to add our chicken. I've got 700 grams of chicken fillets that I've cube sized and I've seasoned with some S&P. And then we're adding 1 cup of cooked lentils. Then our long grain basmati rice is going in. That is 2 cups. That is pre-cooked. So I did cook it about 10 minutes. And these are those pre-cooked potatoes. And I'm just going to be seasoning with some salt. And I'm using Himalayan pink salt, but you could use normal salt. And I'm just going to give this a mix. You could add a little bit of water at a time. I'm using a non-stick pan, but the spices will stick. So just a little at a time. And as I said, this is a very mild biryani. And it's not an authentic biryani, it's a very lazy mum, very quick biryani. And it should cook in 40 minutes. So you're just gonna cover with the lid and check in 10 minutes time, adding a little water at a time. So I'm just adding about a 1/4 cup of water. Giving this a stir, and I'm going to cover with the lid and allow this to cook. So just giving this a good mix. It's been cooking for the last 15 minutes and the chicken's almost cooked, so it probably needs another 5 minutes. And I just added very little water in there. It's cooking in its own steam. So I'm just going to cover with the lid and let that steam quite nicely. So this is now cooked. I'm going in with a large tablespoon of butter, or you could add ghee or totally leave this out. And then I'm using some liquid saffron that I got from the spice shop. It's just going to infuse all those flavors. Just going to give that a mix. And that cooked in under an hour. So we're also ready to add our coriander. This is from the garden as well. And now we're ready to serve. I'm just going to let this rest for a little bit, and we're going to be serving this with some dal and some salad. So there you have it, our Lazy Mom chicken biryani is now ready, and we're going to be serving that with some salad and dal on the side. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. I'm going to give it a try. Until our next video, take care, bye bye.